last month I started my new book with the Snowflake Method, and I documented how that was going and said that I would do the next couple of steps on here a month later, and I failed. There's no other way to describe it. I failed at doing that, and the reason is because I've realised I'm such an all or nothing person, and I kept blocking like whole days out of my diary and thinking I had to do everything in one day. Obviously, I have a full-time job, I have plans at the weekend, and then on a Sunday I'd be like, right, I need to film 4 YouTube videos, I need to edit 2 of them, I need to write blogs on my website for them. Not to mention that the YouTube videos are about writing, I need to actually write to put them out there. So I'm going to try something a little bit different now and be kinder to myself, yet more disciplined at the same time. I wouldn't normally film like this. I look terrible. My skin is bad, my hair is bad. Normally I make sure that I've done them both immaculately for a YouTube video, got a nice background, got like a nice little shot of my cute little flat while my flatmate's away, which is another excuse that I'd give myself that, oh, I can't film because I haven't got the house to myself. So now I'm just stripping it back, gonna be filming here. I'm on my little work desk. Excuse the wires, they look disgusting. But it's real. This is the environment that I have to write in, and I need to stop waiting for the perfect environment in order to write. So I've allocated just 30 minutes every day, every morning, to just write before work, just to do 30 minutes and see how I go. So if you've seen the first installment of me doing the Snowflake methods 1, 2 and 3, 3 is still not complete. That's going to be my focus this week, to write the bios for every character. And then I want to have the structure fully ready for NaNoWriMo. I don't know how you say that. I've never heard of anyone say it. I just always see the hashtag. National November Writing Month, for people new to the world of writing, is just a kind of challenge that you'll see on the internet. You'll see people hashtag NaNoWriMo, and it's a challenge to set yourself to write a book in a month. But I'm going to cheat and get my plan and structure as done as possible, because I am a plotter, not a pantser. I'm going to plan and get my structure as done as possible to then use November as a writing month to get this second book done as a first draft. If you'd like to come with me on the challenge, I'd love to know. My other challenge, I was talking to a friend yesterday about my first book, and she was like, what's stopping you? What's stopping you from sending it to more agents? And someone else has read it and given me a bit more feedback, and I've just had zero confidence about it, to be honest. And I'm just going to try and fake that, because it is what I want to do. My other goal is to revise some edits on that book and have it sent out to at least one more agent by the 1st of November, ahead of me putting that month's focus onto my new book. So I'm going to make these kind of more of a diary of my experience writing with the Snowflake Method. It feels a bit like, because I come from being an English teacher, I'm not a vlogger. I want these videos to be educational and a useful tool for people, so I don't want to put too much about like me and my experience, but I realised it was just feeling a bit fake. And the truth is, life is messy. It's so rare that we have those days where all the elements that we want to be perfect are perfect, and we've just got to do the things anyway. So without further ado, if you are ready to get on to step 4 of the Snowflake Method, that means, for a quick recap, you've written your 1-sentence summary of your book, you've fleshed that out into a full paragraph, and you've fleshed out a high-level view of each of your characters as well. An important point that Randy outlines on the Snowflake Method is these don't have to be perfect, and you will come back and probably want to change things as you go through each character. You might learn something about them that you realise just doesn't fit with your original idea for the plot, but it gives you a better idea. So with steps 1, 2 and 3, you should have a large scale overview of your novel. So for step 4, you just need to keep growing the story. As Randy explains, do this by taking each sentence in your summary paragraph from step 2 and expand on that sentence. so that each sentence in the summary becomes a full paragraph. Every paragraph except the final one should end in disaster. And of course, the final paragraph should tell you how the book ends. And this should leave you with a 1 page or more skeleton structure of your book. And remember, this part is still very much telling what happens. And so you end up with the first version of your synopsis for the book that you'll need at pitching. This is a step I've definitely kind of skipped out and glossed over when I wrote my first book. I'm realising, coming back to the Snowflake Method, I was too excited to just get writing from the character's point of view. So when it actually came to writing my synopsis after writing the whole book, it was painful, and I wish I had this to start with. So I'm definitely going to be a right little teacher's pet and do everything the way that it tells me to this time, and see what difference that makes on the creative process. If it makes it quicker, if it eliminates plot holes better, if it makes it easier to actually get into the writing with me only having about 30 minutes a day, if I'm realistic, while juggling everything else that's thrown at us in life. Step 5 is the same principle of how step 4 elaborated on step 2. Step 5 is asking you to elaborate on what you did for each character in step 3. So for every main character, give them a full page synopsis, and for every slightly smaller character, give them a half-page synopsis. So until next time, that is our homework, me and you, to make sure step 3 is finished. Doesn't have to be perfect. We might go back and chop and change some characters. We'll have our 1-page synopsis, and each character will have their own synopsis as well. Let me know in the comments if I've explained that badly, because I will check in on shorts to let you know how I'm going, find out how you're going. For more tips on creative writing and writing for marketing, every week, every Monday. I won't let you down anymore, I just might look a little bit scruffy. But if writing tips are still useful to you, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.